Patty Christensen here. Today's discussion is actually going to be aimed more towards not the person with the CRPS, but everybody else, the friends, the family, the colleagues. And this is going to be a sensitive discussion. People who know me know I like to use that term, sensitive, when I'm saying, just open mind, let's just have a good discussion about this. So the thing about CRPS, and that stands for Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, right? The thing about CRPS is it is neurological. It is not what you would call acute or, an injury. It's neurological. And there's still very little known right now. We're kind of still in the beginning stages of figuring this all out. So kind of keep that in mind, especially if the person's feeling frustrated with the lack of knowledge. But also keep in mind, when it comes to CRPS, there is no magic bullet. There is no magic pill. There certainly is no surgery that cures this. It is considered incurable. I don't know if I like that term, but there's no magic bullet. So when you find out somebody has it, a lot of people, and they're trying to be helpful, they want to say, hey, what about this? What about that? Be very, very careful and sensitive when making suggestions because, like I said, there's no magic bullet there. Keep in mind that one of the main words is pain. People with CRPS are struggling with major amounts of pain, and that can make you short-tempered, that can make you tired, that can make your sleep messed up, your eating messed up. There's lots of things that pain indirectly impacts. So please be very, very sensitive to that. And when we're talking about pain, there's a lot of pain involved here, but also there's what we call flares. Some days, things are going well and you're putting it at a 3 or a 4 and hey, I got this. I can do most things. Other days, it's a 10, 11 if there's such a thing, and you're sitting on the couch whimpering. And so keep that in mind. People with CRPS are doing the best they can. Please be gentle. And so you say, well, okay, Patty, I get that. What can I do? It's human nature to want to help. What are some things I can do to be helpful? So one of the first things you can do is to gently, very, very gently help encourage movement. Movement is healing, right? It's going to hurt like the devil, but it's going to help keep some of that flexibility. Get some of it back in, right? I'm desperately trying not to lose these other fingers. So some movement gently. What can they handle on that day? Can they handle a walk around the block? Or if it's in their legs, can they handle maybe just, doing a little dumbbell work? Can they handle working in that effective area? Movement. The other thing is try to help avoid triggers. Triggers for everybody is going to be different, but there's some that seem to be common. Stress. Okay, let's face it. Stress is a trigger for everything, right? So the things you can do to just kind of help things. Hey, you see something's spilled on the floor? You know what? Clean it up. You don't need to make a big deal out of it. Things like that to help just keep that stress level low. The other thing are just dietary. Sugar. I don't know why we've become so obsessed with sugar, but it's toxic. It really makes the situation with CRPS a lot worse. So if you want to do something nice, no, not a cookie, not a donut. No, maybe some, depending on their dietary preferences, some nuts, some steak, something that's not going to cause those blood sugar spikes, those stressors on the body, all of that kind of thing. And along those same lines, I don't know what our obsession is with chemicals. Let's try to keep things as whole food as possible. If you want to give a treat to somebody with CRPS, find out what their favorite thing is And, I'm weird. My favorite thing is carrots. Can't have too many because of the carbs. But, you want to do something nice for me? Give me a carrot. You don't need to give me a cupcake. No, give me a carrot. So kind of keep some of those things in mind. And then the other thing, like I said, there's very little known about CRPS, surprisingly. We're making headways, but still a lot unknown. So what can you do? Educate yourself. There are, if you do the social media thing, there are Facebook groups. I run a hand CRPS Facebook group. There's other just general CRPS Facebook groups, those types of things. Maybe follow some YouTube channels with CRPS, or maybe there's some people on some of those others. I call them the Instagrams and the TikToks that are posting things. So the more you can do to help educate, that helps as well. So again, thank you for being part of someone's life who has CRPS. Thank you for being sensitive and gentle, and together we can make a lot of headway. Thanks.